The thing is that when you work on it like really strongly, when you churn that ocean, the point of that myth where all the stuff comes up is that all that stuff has to pass through this, and you have to be careful not to latch onto it. So for example, if you've suffered from paranoia, as an example, you do this posture, and then it's not just you do it once, you do it morning, and then you do it again in the evening, then you do it the next day, then you do it the following afternoon, then you do it the next day, and you just work it. And then by day 3 or something, all your stuff is churned and starts to come up. And you've got to watch that. You've got to look at it, and you have to not get pulled in by that stuff. When you pull them up to the surface, you have the opportunity of separating from it. But it's very hard because you're literally in that same state that you were in back all those 20 years ago. And so you've got to have enough grounding to let it pass through you and not get consumed by it. So it's not that it just kind of like happens like this. It gives you the opportunity to clear up the stuff to then be able to access that layer of divinity. If you don't have any grounding, then
So
it
you
can eat
can't
you
throw
up,
people and
and you
say,
can.
just do it for 3 days and then things will come up. You can't do this, no? No.
No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And it has to, that's why it's also really important to do it in person. That's why it's really important, because then the teacher can see what is going on. And if you haven't actually had all that shit come up within yourself, then you don't give it to someone else, because then you haven't got the tools to know what that person is going to experience. But when you,
Yes.
by day 2, they've started to act differently, and you can see it in their face, you can see it in the way they move, you can see it in so many different ways. They need to back off by then, because that's already enough. And if they're not strong enough to ride that wave, the wave will drown them.
Yeah.
The wave will take them under. And then, sometimes it might take like a few months for them to actually recover from that.